Good morning. It's a new moon. We want to do a twin flame reading. This will stick with whoever it's supposed to stick to. Receive what you need to receive. Let's see what we get. All right. So that's what we have overall relationship-wise. It looks like this is a time that the twins are getting ready to come together and work as a team when it comes to what seems to be going on. This has been something that has been coming between you guys for a while, but it seems as if now there's going to be an openness where both of the twins are going to know what is going on, and you'll be able to utilize each other to support and move through what's happening, versus it being a one solo load and secrets on one end. Alright, it also looks like this is going to take the relationship to a new level. It's going to deepen the trust that is going on between both of the twins. It's going to support and caring for self and others. This is going to be a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for the twins to begin to lean on each other versus doing things separately. And even though this is an independent union, this is also a unit that is fully blessed, which means that the things within your twin are complementary to the things that are needed. So that's what makes these cards so beautiful that have come through, and where we are now with the new moon, because what is shaped within both units of the twins is what's necessary to carry out on earth, which means that everything required and needed for every situation is housed within both of the twins. Let's see where the divine masculine is. Okay. All right. So it looks like the divine masculine is at a point where they've actually assessed, and they're reviewing and evaluating kind of everything that seems to be going on throughout the time period of meeting the twin, to acknowledging the fact of the choices that they have made that have been against going towards the twin. There's acknowledgement of the divine masculine that they do have a divine feminine. And they also understand at this time period that the choices that they have made family-wise is not necessarily the choice that benefits them. That they're actually reviewing and evaluating everything. And moving into a new direction. They're recognizing that what they had determined that was going to be family life, or the type of person that they would be with, is not the type of person that they're going to be with, and not who they can build a family with. This kind of goes on the end of divine masculines that have attempted to move on from twins, or twins have noticed that they were connected to someone prior to them. Those who have children, the divine masculine is recognizing that these aren't necessarily the things that will be able to link them together permanently. That there is a divine soul connection that the divine masculine cannot deny, despite responsibilities or despite what he desired in the past. He is moving in a new direction. He's moving fast towards his twin. He's knowing what's right for him and what's not. I also have the divine masculine is improving financially. That the divine masculine is receiving career opportunities that is allowing him the money that's needed to build with the divine feminine. He's had struggles before with his past life and the responsibilities that he has acquired in the process of not being with the twin, that would not allow him to have what he needed resource-wise to be there for the twin and provide what's necessary, because he really wants to care for the twin. He wants his divine masculine to to receive from him. I'm getting in prosperous ways, but not only that, not to also have to deal with what he struggled with in the past when it comes to finances. He doesn't want any of that to affect the divine feminine. So he's now being presented with so many different opportunities and the money that is necessary to align, balance, and set boundaries with things to be able to have the money that's needed to move forward with the twin. Divine masculine is really in the place of preparation and setting things up for complete union. He's really in that space. He has a full understanding as to what didn't work, why it didn't work, and no longer has that cloud over his head as if there is a failure point to it. He's recognizing that this is a part of life and that it's okay that what didn't work, and that he can move forward and be with the divine feminine without guilt. He's held a lot of guilt. Almost as if he didn't deserve the relationship with the divine feminine because of his past interactions. That's no longer the case anymore for the divine masculine. He recognizes that not only does he deserve the divine feminine, but that is where he's supposed to be. And he's figuring out ways to where he can handle everything and move forward and have the dream and desires that he's been wanting for some time. Let's see where the divine feminine is. All right. So the divine feminine is really having to stretch how she sees and thinks and feels about things. She's really having to understand that her show up with the divine masculine is not going to be her show up that she's had with any other relational partner. That she is going to have to review traditional viewpoints on how people show up in that feminine role. And in reviewing those traditional viewpoints, the divine feminine is recognizing that she has a relationship that is not like any other, and that she will not be able to receive the direction that is required from anyone, even the reflection back sometimes of those who are connected to her when it comes to friends or family wise, that she's been kind of internalizing a lot of that it's giving communication back to her as far as relationship. That's not true. I'm getting that the divine feminine is in the process of seeking like-minded friends and advice surrounding this type of relationship, seeking more of professional understanding of the relationship versus comparing to traditional relationships and viewpoints. That's going to lead her more into peace of what she has experienced, so she's able to be in that place of open and pure heartedness with the divine masculine that she hasn't fully had. There's been some resentment that the relationship has not been unfolding like a traditional relationship would be. The divine feminine has wanted the relationship to unfold in traditional ways of marriage and parenting and coming together and cohabitating and dating and communication of regular contacts and regular text messages. I'm getting good morning texts and good night. Just a consistency that the divine feminine was expecting from the divine masculine that left her in places of being hurt and disappointed, because she had in her sights that these were going to be things that she would receive from the divine masculine, and she felt starved from those types of affections, and it caused a period of resentment that it was not showing up in what she knew to be a traditional relationship and what she saw around other people. But she's beginning to shift and understand that it was never about that the divine union is very different, and that the times that the divine union are apart, that the masculine was not doing anything intentional to the divine feminine. The divine masculine was trying to figure out how to live, how to be, how to handle emotion, how to open up, how to balance, how to get things together, how to control past experiences. He was not setting out to hurt the divine feminine, but she is in a place where she's having to relinquish a lot of those things that she set out and had inside in belief that would happen between them both. Then we also have the divine feminine is working on fear surrounding money and stepping into her full power, which is also connected to the traditional viewpoint. There's been this kind of thought process that whenever the divine masculine comes along, then it was supporting getting things together and the divine feminine being together and standing on her own and doing the things that she's desired to do. What I'm getting that the divine feminine is having to face that now. And she's having to face the fact that she's going to have to stand on her own platform of success and fully go for it. And stand in her wisdom and her power, because again, this goes along with the traditional viewpoints before. The divine masculine is not going to mind at all that the divine feminine is walking in her power, and this is kind of a 5-5 of change when it comes to the divine feminine, that it is at the place where she is recognizing that she can walk in her power and fullness of who she is. Not only that, it's necessary for union, that she can be that powerful divine feminine, that she can be that success, that she is to be that success and power that she is feeling drawn to being. That it is the time for her to walk in and be in that, and it's according to traditional viewpoints, it won't pull her away from the divine masculine. That walking in her full power as the divine feminine is going to allow union for her and the divine masculine. It's going to pull the divine masculine closer because she's being the fullness of who she is. She's taking those chances. She's taking those opportunities. She's following through on those obligations that she's had for days, weeks, months, years. It's time for the divine feminine to kind of lock those things in and do what's necessary for her to do. That's what's coming up in the cards here. So it looks that the divine feminine and divine masculine are in very, very close proximity, that they are both handling the exact same things, which is past view of overcoming that, and also renewal and putting each other on the success path of where they need to be for union. They are definitely in the planning and prepping mode of coming together. That this is a relationship that is shifting to a new level, and that the teamwork is coming into the fact that they are both doing what they need to do on their ends to be secure, which is allowing them to come together as a team and handle things from strong foundation, which is not necessarily the case that has taken place before. So it has generally been that there has been a desire for the union to make up for lacking in many areas individually. That's no longer the case anymore. That the divine masculine and divine feminine are holding their own, and what they're doing is coming together as a team to now everything will begin to be easier for them both. It will be a light load for them both to handle things as they're both coming from a place of strong foundational pinpointing. It's no longer waiting and things will be once they are together. It is things will be now. And then they will be together and things will continue to be good and better and growing. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this new moon reading. This was wonderful in letting you know exactly where the divine feminine and divine masculine are and the union is. So it looks like they are definitely in those foundational places and creating strong foundation for a union that is ready and a union that is lasting, versus the traditional come together and separating, separating the runner and chaser stage. That's no longer a placing for this union, that they're a strong foundation, that they can stand on it and stand as a team. So I hope you enjoyed this reading and you were able to benefit from it in amazing ways. I will see you soon. Take care of you.